It's my pleasure to introduce, I have to apologise, being Australian, I always mispronounce foreign names, and I hope not to offend. Sushil Karampuri, I hope I'm close enough, otherwise you have utmost permission to tell me off. Who's doing a presentation on implementing college management in Moodle, which is a case study. Obviously managing managing institutions is something that Moodle does not do particularly well, so I think many of you have a strong interest in this subject. So without trying to embarrass myself or our speaker further, I shall pass over the floor, and thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you, Julian. Yeah, thanks for everyone coming down, and I think it's good afternoon from my side, and probably for good evening and good morning for a couple of people. Before I begin, I would like to thank the people behind the iMoot for this opportunity to present our case study today. And before I go on forward, anyhow, let me just take 1 minute to just let you guys know about me. I'm Sushil, and I'm from India, and founded in a company called VFDS that you see on the slide, VFDS Info Solutions. Previously, I worked for Tulane University in US for almost 6 to 7 years, and where I worked as an e-learning specialist, and I got acquainted with Blackboard, WebCP, and I extensively worked on Saba LMS for almost 5 years. Then I moved back to India in 2009, worked for a private finance firm as equity research analyst, and then I got interested in e-learning, so I started this company. And the major project that my company takes is Moodle development. Right now we work for a couple of universities in US and a couple of training program institutes in Europe, and again some universities in Africa and India. So that's the kind of a background. So going forward, this is a case study. Basically, e-learning is something, a kind of a buzz in the Indian subcontinent too. And if you look at the number of institutes, it's a pretty big number. In my small state, I think there are almost 400 engineering colleges. And if you see the number of people who have implemented e-learning is, I would say, on 2% or 3%. And same thing with the kind of a student information system to manage their day-to-day activities, records, management, everything. So it's a very low percentage in using the e-learning as well as student information system. So this particular college, if you see at the bottom, Kakati Institute of Technology Science, Andhra Pradesh, that's my state. They wanted to start this e-learning system. So there were a couple of requirements, and obviously they know about Moodle, so they wanted like an open source e-learning platform. So they decided that they are going to go with Moodle. Now the second question was they didn't have any student information system that used to manage their curriculum, degree, student record keeping, everything. So now the question was to pick another open source kind of a Moodle student information system and probably integrate with Moodle. That's how we started. Then again, there were a couple of requirements like they don't want any hassles with integration because 2 different systems, 2 different maintenance, and things that they want going forward. The main criteria for them is to self-manage, so they can manage their own implementation of Moodle as well as the student information system. And obviously the seamless navigation was a criteria. And one of the important criteria that this institute has, especially with any of the Indian subcontinent, is the e-learning activity. Though you see a lot of e-learning companies, a lot of institutes using e-learning in India, it's not extensively used in India or in the same fashion that you see in US or in Europe or in Australia. Not that kind of a usage of e-learning. It's like more of a kind of a self-paced videos available. You just go through them, and that's what you see in Indian subcontinent. So here the goal is to force the students, not to force, to encourage the students to participate. At the same time, you want to encourage the instructors also to take part in the content development. These are some of the things that were challenges for the institute, apart from the technological challenges of 2 different systems like that. And at the same time, the institute has a vision of doing some online certificate programs in future using e-learning, so that you have students coming in, registering to a certificate program, and it's a self-paced, and they complete and they get a certificate. And these were kind of requirements that they had. Uh, so, we had many discussions with them, and obviously went to them with a couple of options. At the same time, our input too, and we evaluated a couple of open source student management systems. But by the time they were pretty firm on using Moodle for e-learning. Now the question was, what is the student management system that they're going to use? So we have evaluated like OpenSpace, OpenEducate, school tool, college student. I think it just released, but when we were doing it, college student was not there, but they had a couple of other financial services, other stuff. Project Serena, which is a little popular here, and we also work pretty much on Project Serena, so we had a lot of expertise in Project Serena. But when you look at their requirements and looking at the open space of Project Serena, it was not really kind of an thing that we could easily just integrate and everything should work. And there was a lot of work that we would be doing in OpenShift or Project Serena to get to the requirements that the college had. It's like they want to develop a kind of a degree programs, curriculums, and all those things. And then the Serena and OpenShift are more catered to kind of a kindergarten to 12th school. And again, as I said, the criteria was to encourage the students. So they wanted something, a management system where you can see some e-learning activity or blocks are also available in the management system. So that was another requirement. And obviously, open source Moodle, feature integrations and tablet access is something very interesting for them. And seamless navigation, easy for upgradation feature. These are all the things that we're looking at. And obviously, right now, LTI integrations is also kind of a thing which is becoming popular. And they want to use a Koha library management system. So right now, they haven't done, but in future we're going to do kind of an LTI integration with Koha. Is on our plate right now. And again, it's smart card access, biometric access. This is a kind of a structure that they were looking at. If you see, what we have done is looking at the requirements. We had to develop many plugins. So right now we estimate around 30 plus plugins is what we have developed so far. And this is a typical structure you see on the right. Now they want like an university is the top organizations, and within that you should be able to create schools. Here in India, we call them as colleges. It's like College of Engineering, College of Business, College of Medicine, like that. And again, each college should be able to have their own programs, undergrad and as well as graduate programs. And programs connected to curriculums, and the curriculums keep changing every 2 or 3 years. So, so they want to have flexibility of adding curriculum. Again, from curriculums, a semester is a kind of an instance where modules or courses from the curriculum are added into the semester. It's a typical structure you see. And again, grading. And another interesting is academic events. They want all these semester activities to be generated or created through academic events. It's like I should be able to go in and create an event in academic saying my semester starts from say September to December, and automatically it should create a semester inside, add, drop, and all those things. And right now we are prospecting for another for a similar installation for St. Paul's Hospital Millennium Medical College in Ethiopia. Though there are a couple of other new requirements that we got, which I'm going to go through them down the line. Now, this is a kind of a broader perspective, a college management system built within Moodle instance and able to be integrated with Koha ILS in feature, a biometric, as well as basically what we're right now developing college management is kind of a very smaller version which doesn't have like a billing features or accounting or all-in-one network that you see in a typical well-established campus management system. Here, a little detail, a college or school having one-to-many programs, can create many programs, and each program can be associated to many curriculums. And similarly, modules, a curriculum will have modules. In Indian structure, it's like, each courses in each semester are already defined that they are kind of a module. So if you have like 8 semesters are already defined and they are put into a module. So when you define a semester, you don't really carry the course and put in semester, but you just attach a module and automatically you will have courses in that particular semester. So these are all the things that we're going to create on top of the Moodle instance, and and then semester will be created from the academic calendar. And so yeah, I'll take this question. If you can schedule classes also to the academic calendar. I mean, it's like going forward, yeah, we are going to bring another layer. You see in between the courses and the semester. Here we are going to bring a layer which is going to be a kind of a classes. Right now, no, we are just, the courses are just brought into the semester. And I mean, classes is one, I think, where you can attach to a kind of just a class, as well as you can attach a Moodle course. Right now we're not doing, everything is a kind of a Moodle course. Again, one thing that we have done is course categories. We made them as departments, so that and department, as you know, in Moodle has courses, so by default it's there. But another thing that we added is faculty, that is instructors. Instructors are assigned to a department. So any instructor that you create are assigned to a particular department, so that in future when you want to assign instructors to courses, it will become easy to assign the instructors. And next is the faculty, and sometimes we call them as, especially in Ethiopia now, they call as faculty. So we use school, college, and faculty as the naming for that particular college. Okay. So the again, I'm going to repeat all of them. Things is multiple colleges. As I said, a faculty can have multiple programs in departments, and courses are defined in departments, course categories are defined in departments. And here it is students, even if when they are assigned, they go with a program and a curriculum. So as you know, the program is part of a particular college. So whenever a student is assigned in the system, they are attached to a particular program, and program is obviously with a particular college, and they are assigned to a particular curriculum. So a student, if they complete the curriculum, then it is assumed that they have graduated. So I don't know whether I could. I'll try to do the desktop sharing, but anyhow, I thought I should display, the screenshots if I have any problem with desktop sharing. So here is the one of the screens where you can manage your college structure. I hope you guys are able to see this thing. I think, is it kind of clear, or do you think I should go to desktop sharing and try to show from desktop sharing? Fine. It's fine. Okay, good. Okay, so here is the faculty of college. On the left, you see it's under Registrar tab. You can create a college, curriculum, settings has a lot of things, managing backspace and everything. Admission, I think I can zoom it. Yeah. So there's a printing, registration, like an online registration, all those things, and scheduling your plan. I'm going to show in detail next slide. But yeah, so faculty is able to create a new faculty, and as said, a faculty right now we've created a College of Engineering. It has programs that is bachelor's in computer science. Asmat, they're all plugins. This is all developed as plugins. So the thing is that to say why plugins helped us, we started this development in Moodle 2.3, and we implemented in January, and it was in the version of 2.3. And at the same time, we started working on pushing it to 2.4, because I think 2.4.1 was released in January. So by mid of March, we had everything working in 2.4. So yes. Did I build the Moodle Categories? No, we are using the Moodle categories. If I assume that you're talking about course categories, we are using them as departments. So here your programs, bachelor's in computer science, one is created. I know you have departments. So these programs and departments fall under college, and similarly you can create another. Right now we just create another school as School of Business, so dummy one. That's the thing. Here you're viewing a view program. Right now you see a program will have curriculums. Right now we created two curriculums. They had two curriculums, starting in one in 2010 and another in 2012. So two curriculums for bachelor's in computer science. So just to let you know, this was a pilot testing, and it was done only for 2 year students. That is, who are in the second year as well as who are in the fourth year. So that's the reason you see only two batches in this particular system. Moreover, what we're showing is a kind of a demo site, which we removed a couple of the real users and all those things. This is view curriculum. Right now, as I said, curriculum as module. The curriculum is defined where you can attach modules. So that's the thing. A module has courses. This is a module, and module has courses. So it is all predefined courses in a particular module. I think down the line, what we are looking at in future is something where you can not just add modules, but also a course also into a semester. Right now, it's just that you add a module to a semester, automatically you're going to see those courses in the semester. And on the left, you see a lot of other features available, like you can manage modules, you can create new modules, manage a semester, grading system. This grading system is, I'm going to show it, but where you can apply to different programs. You can have different grading systems for different programs, because College of Engineering probably will have a different grading system, and a College of Medicine probably have a different grading system. Here it is managing courses. These are all Moodle courses. On the left you see these are all Moodle courses, course ID, course. And now little bit additions that were done is you can create what is the type of the course. And here you can create a course, new course. So we are customized with creating course structure in Moodle. It's the same thing. Like when you create a Moodle course gets created, the thing is that while creating, we don't show all the default Moodle things because which are not really necessary for the restart to create all those things. So it's pretty simple, easy. You have to type what type of course it is and to which department does it belong to, because it's very important to which department it should belong to. So 8 hours is the default thing. Now this is manage modules, you see. Now I can go and create modules, and modules are assigned to, as I said, program, faculty, that is a College of Engineering, and you can assign a course into a module by clicking on assign course. And here we have a kind of a module coordinator who can kind of a guy who looks at the particular module, because the module is not assigned to a semester. So he's the guy who looks at that particular semester for that particular module. So you can assign a module coordinator too. Again, manage semester. This is the managing the semester. A semester will be created per program. So here in India, we have like a semester 1 and semester 2, the way you have like a fall semester and the spring semester. And yeah, and you can create a semester. In a semester, you assign a model, so automatically program and faculty also falls into that particular thing. And you have a start date and end date, and you can assign more modules to that particular semester. I saw one thing interesting on the desktop setting when I do that. We have done something good in the way when we display this data grid. We started using a jQuery kind of a data grid, which makes it very, very fast to when you want to go with when you select different filters. Yeah, here the requirement is a little different than what you see typical in the US or in Europe, is where the students basically don't register by themselves this semester. It's a kind of a management task where the registrar goes in and pushes a batch to a particular semester. So before pushing, obviously, he's going to check the status of the each student, whether we do have like a status, whether they are in the withdrawal, probation, dismissal, and that kind of a status. So based on that, he's going to push the students from that particular batch into a particular semester. So they automatically see the student is automatically going to see the semester, his or her semester, and the courses for that particular semester. So it's not like the student goes in, picks up a course from the courses that are being offered and put in his or semester. It's not that kind of a thing. So that's the reason registrar has a feature where he can create a new batch. So every year he can create a new batch and put the students, that particular batch students, into that particular batch and push them to a semester. And each batch has a start date, end date. So like in like a 4 years program. So for this particular batch is like 2009 to 2013. Yes, another thing that we have made a change here is manage exams. As you know, e-learning has a lot of quizzes and exams that you can set it up. Here we have modified it where you can create an exam for that particular faculty, and a particular program, and for a particular semester, and for a particular course. And again, we divided a offering in a particular course into sections. You know, sometimes you fill in more students, so you put in another section. So yeah, that's the thing. And again, you're going to have different kinds of exam types. Here in India, for each semester, it's pretty defined that you have an internal exam 1, internal exam 2, and a final exam. It's not like, trying to use a e-learning grading system where assignments you give some percentage, and again, for a quiz you give some percentage. It's kind of difficult for the instructor's point of view, like basically instructors are not so savvy with the system where they can go and create an internal exam 1 by themselves. So here there is a management task that they do it, the exams, and it goes published for all the courses that are being offered in that particular semester. So you are creating a course for that semester for that particular course. So that's the thing, end date, exam time, and exam close time, and the grading. And this goes into this. Here what we have done when it comes to grading, right now we're doing two types of grading. The Moodle default grading that you have, and another is academic grading that we call, where the grading comes from this particular exam. Here, another is, as I said, now they are looking at going like online certificate programs. So what they are looking at is, right now I think they're going to try to start in the month of August, is where we're going to put like, apply online to certificate programs. So students will register to that particular program. And once they register with all the credentials, the higher education details and all those things, so now the registrar can go in and look at the students, and now I'm looking at a couple of students, and the registrar can accept to that particular program. Right now for School of Business, right now Masters in Management Studies, what is admission type? Is it transfer or a new applicant? View, accept, reject, contact the particular candidate. And once they accept the students, they automatically go into that particular program. So they can go into program and they get into the first semester of that particular program. Automatically they're going to see certain courses in the semester. Managed grading system, yes. Here, as I said, each program can have a different grading system. Right now they just have one thing, that is College of Engineering, and couple of programs. So you see what a most generic grading system you see. But if you want to add new ones like School of Business or College of Medicine, something like that, you can have your own grading system for that particular program. So that is the additional feature that we added in the system. Here, I'm going to talk about the academic calendar. Here, we didn't modify any existing Moodle calendar. We created a kind of another instance of the calendar, and we call them as academic calendar. And you can create events in the calendar, and the event types can be like an admission start date, end date for online application. You can create semester. You can go in and create a semester from the academic calendar event. And you can set dates for add and drop course, start date and end date, examinations that you have seen, and other events like holidays, announcements, or anything like that. Other events also can be created. And the thing is that all these events again fall into the Moodle's default e-learning calendar. Right now, I think I'm going to zoom this in to show this event. Right now, I'm trying to see academic year 2000 event type. I can select, there will be different event types, description, start date, and end date, and publish. You see different types of event types. This is just a data grid of say the report after creating event. Event name, admission for bachelor's in computer science engineering, faculty, programs, not a semester based. So that's how you can create and you can publish that event. Manage class scheduling. So here we have built a classroom management module into this. Let me zoom out. Where you can create, basically in the classroom management, you can create a building floor. You can, like right now you're building 2, floor number 1, room number 1 or 2, and this particular subject in this particular semester is being offered from 9 to whatever the date, time, from showing the start date to showing the end date. So this is very important for the students because right now it's pretty, what they do is they just stick on a kind of on the notice board the schedule of the classrooms and the classroom timing. Now this helps the students to just log into the system and look at their today's class, which class should I attend and which room, and that kind of information that you get once the student logs in. This is a student login. So right now what you see is what a student is. This is the landing page for the student. Let me zoom. Okay. This is the current semester. These are the courses that are registered, that I'm registered automatically. And this the launch course would take you to the Moodle e-learning default course format. Instructor, grade. Then these are the blocks that you see coming from, this is a Moodle block, default block, but right now you're seeing the semester details. Calendar, online course, online users, recent activity. I think there was another one is my file, discussion threads. These are all the blocks that you can see on the landing page of the student, as well as upcoming semester and a complete semester grades also can be viewed just by tag. And this is a kind of a snapshot of different plugins that we developed. I think there are 37, a couple of them are library files. So it comes to around 35 to 34 the things or the plugins that we developed. And we were able to switch from 2.3 to 2.4 very easily. These are the results that we got from 4 months. We started from January until recently. We've done kind of a feedback thing, like how the college is using it, and along with the they are not standalone. They are built in Moodle. So to answer the question, they're like they're plugins in Moodle. They only work in Moodle. or do they depend on a script? No, we are not developing any new scripts. It's just that kind of a plugins. All these are plugins developed inside Moodle. So they work only in Moodle. As the Moodle gets upgraded, all these plugins need to be upgraded to work with probably 2.5 in future. Post Moodle, because we depend on a script. I didn't get that. The course Moodle. But I'm gonna come back to that question. But yeah, results from 4 months is what we got. There's this increase in student access to the system, and the access to the system mainly is because of the grades that they want to look at online, mainly because of the notification that they see, the class time, change of class timings, and this kind of notification, and change in exam schedules or any upcoming exams. So that students are really, I would say in Indian subcontinent, students are a little savvy internet usage, so they are good at adapting to the system and logging in on a daily basis or to find out more information. And when we ask like the second two semester students who have used the system right now, they are going through exams right now. But when we ask them, they said 90% are interested in using for the next semester too, which is very high number. And when it comes to instructors, yes, I wouldn't say downside. It's a good growth of 30% of instructors initiated the e-learning content. It is very minimal kind of a content that they started pushing the content into the Moodle course, like links, resources, assignments, like especially most of the time YouTube links, online courses like MIT courses that are available. They're trying to push that kind of a content. I think going down the line, I think the percentage of instructors using the Moodle course or providing the e-learning content would increase. But right now it stands around 20% is the number of instructors who are logged in and really actively using the system. Management is planning to adapt the system for all the programs. Yes, right now we are doing only for bachelor's in computer science. Now down the line, they have around 5 other streams like bachelor's in civil engineering, electronics, mechanical. So they're planning to, from others, they're planning to do it in for other programs also. The thing is, something that really that they like is a seamless navigation between the management system and the e-learning system. The thing is that if you had used the kind of like an OpenSpace or some other product or standard management system and Moodle, it would certainly be a kind of a not a kind of a seamless. Yes, certainly would be a kind of integrated system, but yeah, seamless navigation may not be achieved. But yeah, building everything in Moodle certainly helps, and students liked it. It's like you log in, you see your semester, and most of the students are assuming they are logged into Moodle only, but basically they are seeing information which is custom plugins that they're seeing. The improvements that we're going to do right now, we are I think that's something that we have to improve in the college main module is the navigation system. So we are going to try to improve the navigation system. It will making it easy for the students and instructors to get to some parts of the college management easily. Right now we developed a drag and drop activity for the classroom management. Registrar can easily drag and drop an instructor and put it in a particular timetable. So we're going to try to extend it to other activities. We have started using some jQuery graphs, flexible for academic grading, and yes, as I said, right now we are almost done. We're having 2 different kind of a grading systems. jQuery data grid to usually use the filters whenever you see a table form of results. Additions to management system is semester batch upload that is typically used in the Indian system. Now we want to see where students also can just register to a semester, as you see in the in US, where the students go to a semester, drag the code and put in his particular semester. How are you uploading and enrolling students? No, we don't use any LDAP. It's like, as I said, batch uploading. The registrar pushes the batch of students. You create the students, put them into a batch, and then just upload, pushes the batch students to a particular semester. And the students log in with their personal accounts. Right now, they don't have any college email accounts, nor they use any LDAP system. So Yes, yes, LDAP certainly, and we have done kind of an open LDAP integration certainly. If the college uses, yes, it's a kind of a layer above the college management. It's just a login system. Yes, it will certainly work if a college is using any LDAP. Down the line, we are planning to. Right now, we don't have any finance, so down the line, we want to do some finance like billing, basic ones. Co-ILS is already there on our plate. We are working on it using LTI. We are trying to do kind of a nice integration where the student, once they log in, on the right they should see a block of kind of an activities coming from Koha, like what are the due dates of books and all those things. Smart access is another one. Additions, right now we are prospecting with St. Paul's Millennium Medical College in Ethiopia. Can you show the integration? No, right now we're working on Koha. On the Koha side is what we have done, kind of doing the programming. As you know, LTI provider and kind of an LTI consumer. So we are doing a kind of doing a program on the Koha side. Probably by end of July we are going to have. So right now we just started. Another, coming to this particular thing, we are trying to do it for in Ethiopia. Academic calendar is they have followed different Ethiopian dates. Right now, we are in 2012, I think they are in 2006, something like that. So we have developed some kind of a plugin where all the information in that particular system would be according to their calendar. So though the data in the Moodle system is going to be like Gregorian as a default, but yes, they're going to see an Ethiopian date. They have a different registration process and they're very different. It's kind of generating a slip after a semester. It has to go through a couple of approvals. Yeah, cafeteria management. Yeah, for this Ethiopian, we are doing a cafeteria management where, you know, from the smart card access. Yeah, we're doing some custom coding in the basically on the smart card part of it, where the student goes for a breakfast, meals, and supper. They can log in only one, they can avail only once and within only a particular time period, and all this information gets into the Moodle. So we are creating a kind of a plugin which integrates with the smart card. Single sign-on, yes. I mean, the thing is that it's a kind of a plugin. The data, yeah, I mean, you're not, it's a cafeteria management is a kind of a biometric device. You get the data from on it, regular intervals, and you push into the Moodle system, is what it is. Well, I think if you have time or if you have questions, I think let me go and try to do a desktop sharing of the Moodle system so that you can see. Right now, I'm trying to do the desktop sharing. This is our landing page. Right now, I'm showing it to from our SVN server. Yeah, this is the landing page for the registrar. This is on the first page. What that you see is a jQuery graph. These are the courses that are available and the number of students that are enrolled to each course. Very nice looking graph. And again, a program report. Number of students registered to bachelor's in computer science and master's. This is like an online application. Number of students who are enrolled through online. Basically, it's like a batch process right now. And on the top for the registrar, you're going to see like an admission request, transfer request. These are from the admission. Request for ID card, withdrawal, course exemption, profile change. These are all the requests that a registrar can see. And on the left side, you can see the college structure, curriculum, how to manage your curriculum, manage courses, course prerequisites. Yes, we have 4 course prerequisites: course replacement, course sequence, which are part of a typical college curriculum part. Again, settings, you're going to see more. On settings, you're going to see like manage modules, manage semester, manage grading system for different programs, batches where you put students into their batch, sections, you can create sections in a semester, section A, section B, notice board, and this define prefix and suffix is kind of a thing where you can put like a curriculum, you can put like CMD, and for a batch, you can put a kind of a prefix and suffix so that, college follows that particular format. And exam types, we have different exam types, lecture types, admissions, registration, generate a slip once you're registered with you're done completing research your semester, course approvals, scheduling your classes and exams. So there are many. Let me go to the college structure. So this is the college structure that we are seeing in the PowerPoint slide. The same thing, programs. I can add a faculty. Just the faculty name I can add. Now let me go back to add program. This is how you can add a program duration in years. You can add a department. Department is more or less like a course category. And in a curriculum, this are the 2 different curriculums. I can go in and assign a new module to a particular curriculum. Right now you see these are the list of modules which are part of that curriculum. And now I can add more to that particular list. I'm adding module 5 to this particular curriculum. Module 5 also part of that particular curriculum. You can give course prerequisites also. Right now we have like mathematical engineering, computer science department, and prerequisite is competitive English or applied sciences. The list of courses. And remaining in the settings, you see manage batches, sections, everything. Let me go to and show you the student part. What the student is going to see once they log in. Yeah, this is the landing page for the student. Current semester, grade. If I click on computer semester, I'm going to see the grade that I received. And upcoming semester, is there anything? And it's saying that this is in Moodle, and now you're seeing like a part of college management system part that the student is seeing. At the same time, he's going to see the Moodle blocks also, recent activity, online users, calendar. You can add my files. You can add discussion board. Similarly, the way you add in any default Moodle. So that's the advantage, having the management part and the e-learning part. At the same time, these are the requests that the student can make: ID card request, civil change request, exam change, grade change request, transcript, can request for a transcript, withdraw, transfer, exemption, profile change, many things. And this is vSplit and register for a course. And let me show a data grid thing that we have. I'm in the student. Let me go back to the registrar. Oh, I'm the student. Yeah, fine. Let me log in as a registrar to show the data grid. Let me show you view event activities. Now I'm going to show the data grid part that we modified, and it is only we have created only for the college management module, and it's not applied to the tables or table form results that you see in Moodle. It's just that we didn't want to touch the Moodle default thing. Now I can, and you see the fastness in getting the data, pretty fast, and at the bottom you will see that even the navigation menu would be changing as I change the event type. Very fast. And this is applied to all the data grids that are part of the college management module. So this is, we are using, technology wise, instead of using a YUI, we use a kind of a jQuery thing. That's the thing. Let me take this question, which is, have you developed, let me stop this thing first. Okay. Oh, the report thing. Not much we have done for the report. I'm getting some errors on this thing. Yes, we haven't done much on the reporting side. Let me refresh this page. But yes, we can certainly create a better report using the configurable reports that Moodle provides. You asked for, right now, as I said, now they're just trying to see most of the reports, basic reports, which we are able to provide. But certainly going forward, we're going to create reports which are like, you can get by program, by semester, by student kind of a report. Let me take this couple of questions. Are they available to Moodle.org plugin site? No, they are not yet. We just started, I think a couple of my developers posted a couple of basic plugins. No, they are not yet available. Is there any external e-portfolio system that you use? No. We don't use anything. How about the chart build?
Sorry,
yeah, go ahead.
No, sorry, I didn't actually mean to cut you off. That I thought you were end of a sentence. So please finish first.
Okay. Let me take this question from Farhan. How are these charts built? We have used a jQuery plugin. And thing is that, yes, you should be certainly worrying like how things would work on if I move from one version to next version. And it's pretty simple, very easy. We have done it in 2.3 to 2.4. You have to just start using the jQuery library and integrate into your data grid or the report. It will certainly work. Reports, as I said, very basic. We haven't done much on the report side. Yeah, that is one thing that we're going to work on it. And are these plugins available? Probably no. Right now, we are working with the college. I have to see how we can make. What we are planning is to do kind of a community version of this particular thing. The basic structure to be a community version so people can install like a complete college structure. Not that kind of withdrawal probation. There's some interest is involved, but the basic thing that we would be willing to provide it to the community. Yes. Right now we're doing the pilot testing, so academic use in future is certainly yes. Specializing, not the well-established institute may not go for it, but yes, small and medium-based institute would be willing to use such kind of a tool, especially in the Indian subcontinent, where you see more of very different and many student management systems, and most of them are non-open source. So certainly we see that institutes from the Indian subcontinent or in Africa would go for such management system.
All right, now this is where I do interject. It is sadly my job as moderator to be the one who pulls the shutters down. obviously on behalf of the iMoot team, thank you, Sushil, for your presentation. It's actually great seeing not just what you're doing, but also you're talking about these tools like Koha and other tools, and obviously there's also lots of interaction in the discussion here about of what you're doing. So obviously on behalf of the iMoot team, thank you very much for coming and presenting and sharing your work. It's looking fantastic.
Thank you.
I want to remind everybody that there are forums in this session space. So if you have more questions or queries or things you want to know more about, please be sure to post in the forums, and that way, of course, they generate emails, so she'll be able to hear about it. And yes, we've got half an hour before our next session is due to start. And if you still want to hang and do questions, please do feel free. But yeah, it's kind of my official time to say the thank you note, so I didn't mean to cut you off. Thank you for coming, thank you for presenting, and enjoy the rest of iMoot.
Okay, thank you.